Hey there, young historians. We're continuing our journey to becoming full historians by thinking about a few other sources that we find on the internet. Now, we've already been talking about who's behind the information, what is the source of that information. Now we really want to think about these other sources and other things that we find on the internet. One of them you're pretty familiar with. It is advertisements. I'm sure that you've all seen plenty of advertisements if you've ever been on the internet, but we need to really break down when we're seeing them because sometimes those companies are really smart, really savvy, and they figure out ways to advertise to you and get you to buy stuff without even realizing. Those advertisements, they're all about the almighty dollar, right? That's what it's all about, and they want to take your money. So, let's start with something that's kind of easy, traditional advertisements. Now this one you've probably seen this kind of thing before, and you can get right away that they're trying to get you to buy something. It's got the title of the company right in the center here. There's some sort of a slogan over here, and even a code to save money, limited time only. You get that they're trying to get you to buy this company or go to this company. They're trying to get you to purchase some creative writing class, okay? This one is some sponsored content. And this one right away, I mean, you can see sponsored content, you know that this is an advertisement, but do you know who is advertising to you? No, you'd have to click on this to find out who is actually trying to take your money on that one. There's another really sneaky kind of advertisement called clickbait. Yeah, you've probably seen clickbait before. These sponsored stories might be clear, but when you see these little images, sometimes you're like, oh, what is this? Oh, I gotta click on this. Oh, look at how cute that little puppy is. Or, whoa, look at this lady, she's amazing. Or, oh, Amazon is gonna upgrade. Let's find out what is even better there. Or, oh, a football player, and they want you to click on these things. It is gonna take you to an advertisement, and a lot of times it is going to be based on every click you make. So you want to find the 12 impossible pet rescue stories? You're going to have to click through at least 12 times, and that means that website is getting 12 hits, which means it's making 12 times as much money. So beware of clickbait. There's other forms of advertising like this one. This is on the New York Times. You've got a bunch of news stories here. This one kind of looks a little bit like the news story. Right here it says paid post. So we want to be careful of when we're clicking on something to find out if that is a news story or if it's paid advertisement. There's some other sponsored contents that are still pretty clear, but they use different phrases. So we saw this one, sponsored content. This one says sponsor-generated content. Here's one, presented by Clorox. And we looked at this already, some WP brand studio. The content is from a company, okay? So all of those are little clues we can find out or look for to find out if they're advertising to us. There's also something called native advertising. This is where companies are getting really smart, really tricky. If you've ever been on Twitter, as you're scrolling through, you're looking at all these stories, and oftentimes these kind of things pop up. And you might not realize right away that it is a promoted post. So it looks exactly like any other Twitter post, but it is a company trying to get you to click on those links and go to their websites. And they're really good at making it look just like the publisher's traditional or original content. A second part of native advertising is it provides useful and entertaining information to improve the way people view their sponsoring brand. So when I look at this kind of thing, I'm just like, oh yeah, okay, whatever, it's an advertisement. But if I go through Instagram and I see a famous person like Rob Gronkowski, Gronk, this football player, and he's posing with this product here, it makes me kind of consider buying it because I'm seeing a famous person. They're trying to blend in their advertising with just regular everyday stuff. Here's another Instagram post, and you realize that it looks like just this fashionable woman, but she's wearing a watch. And if you hover over it, you're going to find out what that watch is all about, and they're advertising to you. And Instagram is just kind of the key here. They are kind of the kings of this influencers. Okay? People take photographs, and on Instagram, it's all about photos and making beautiful, attractive photos. But you might not always realize that the person that is posting those is getting paid. This one is a paid partnership with Volvo. Looks exactly like an Instagram post. But down here, you see the @Volvo Car USA. They got a hashtag here. This one again, a fashionable gentleman here. It looks like, he's got it all together. Look at all this cool stuff. And over here, you're seeing Motile Official. It's an ad. So even though this guy, Ryan Stiles NYC, might be a real fashionable person that you might want to follow, you got to realize that they're trying to advertise to you. Okay, let's check this out a little bit here. This is a website. Do you think that this one is paid advertising or not? Give it a second to think about it. Yeah, if you notice way up here, sponsor content, IBM. So IBM is sponsoring this ad, or actually this website here. Okay, how about this one? Is this one just a typical news story, or is this one paid advertisement? Ah, some of you saw that. There's a little Shell logo, which is an oil company. Right here it says paid post. Good. How about the next one? Is this one an advertisement or just a story? Ah, paid post right here. And who do we think this one is paid for? How to use your smartphone to get better sleep. Ah, it's talking about sleep. Here's a mattress advertisement over here. A mattress advertisement. Who do you think wants you to think about sleep in this sponsored content? A mattress company. Haha, they want your money. How about this one? This one's a little bit tricky. This one's from a news company. You might have seen Amazon Prime, but I didn't see anything about paid content or paid advertisement. Now, is Amazon Prime going to benefit from this? Perhaps. But this is really just a story about Amazon Prime and Whole Foods and their delivery system here. So, sometimes it might seem like it's advertisement, sometimes it is advertisement. Now here's one that I'm sure a lot of you have seen before. You've been to the YouTubes before. An in-stream ad, and mostly you're just going to click on that skip ad button, right? Just skip past this as soon as you can. Sometimes they also have an advertisement over here in the suggestions of other videos that you could watch. Also on YouTube, on your home page, you've got some videos that maybe you've watched before they're suggesting to you. There's an ad right there for Hershey's. Over here on the side, we've got another ad for another website. I'm sure you've all seen, oh no, no more of that. Okay, so now I'm gonna have you practice this. You're gonna go over to a Google Doc. You're gonna look at this advertisement here from the homepage of slate.com and decide whether you think this one, and this one are advertisements and why. All right, so that's one of your tasks there, but don't leave yet. We have one other step here. I want us to talk about evaluating photos on the internet. Evaluating photos on the internet. So we've all seen many photos on the internet, and we need to find out, are they true? Are they false? Are they trying to just get us to believe something? All right, we're going to start with this. This is not the photo we're talking about. I just want you to know who this is. This is Emma Gonzalez. She was a high school student at Parkland High School down in Florida, and in 2018, there was a school shooting at her school, and some of her classmates were killed in the school shooting. Emma Gonzalez went on to be a very strong advocate against guns and talking about keeping schools safe. So she's part of March for Our Lives. So there is a posting on Twitter of her. This is Emma Gonzalez. And it says, I'm interested to hear what U.S. citizens think of this photo where Emma Gonzalez is ripping up the Constitution. And this would be created by somebody who wants to make Emma Gonzalez look bad, who doesn't believe in the same things that she believes in. But if we go and look this up a little bit further, we find out that this is a doctored ad. Or I'm sorry, a doctored photograph. It comes from a different image of her tearing up a gun range shooting target. She's against the use of not use of all guns, but the use of guns that could possibly go and kill people in schools. So you see her ripping up this target. And this actually comes from a Teen Vogue advertisement of her and a couple of other students. And you can see right there in the video, she's tearing up that gun range target as she's denouncing gun violence. Okay, somebody took that image and then changed it into the Constitution to portray some sort of belief they have. All right, here's another example. This is LeBron James. I'm sure you've heard of him, basketball player, world champion. In this post, it says, "This shirt says it all," and you see some of the things that are on the shirt. Well, if you do pay attention to LeBron James, you know that he does believe in these things. He's been quite the strong advocate for racial equity, and in this shirt, it looks like something he might actually wear. But we want to find out a little bit more about this. So let's go over and look at the actual Twitter post. And the person who posted, Amelia Havehart at Avi Flygirl, I don't know anything about her. But there is some ways that you can find out about these images online. One is by doing a reverse image search. So I'm going to right click and search Google for this image. Even though I do think that is something that he might wear, I want to go and check this out. So I see a Snopes article about it, that he wore this shirt. Let's go check out PolitiFact. PolitiFact is also a fact-checking website. And right away here it's saying that this is false, the false truth meter. Huh. So I think he would wear that shirt. What's this all about? Well, if I scroll down here, I'm going to see that he was actually wearing a shirt that says "I can't breathe," which is also a racial equity message. So it would make sense that he'd be wearing this shirt, but this is the real shirt he was wearing. So why was it doctored? Why was it photoshopped? Well, this shirt right here is for sale. People are selling this shirt. So they're using him as advertising to sell their own t-shirts. Alright, so let's go and try one more example of an image or photograph that would be online. This is a rattlesnake bite bill. Okay, this news guy posted this image. Let's try to get that. There we go. There's the total charges right there. $153,000 is the bill that he got from the hospital for his rattlesnake bite. And you might wonder, that is a crazy amount of money just for somebody who got bit by a snake. Well, let's go and check out the source. I'll go to the Twitter post. Who's this news guy? Dan Haggerty. He posted this. And let's try the reverse image search again. Search Google for the image. Aha. We've got a Snopes article. So let's go check out what Snopes said about this. Did he actually receive this bill? The answer is true. This is a real photo of a real bill. It might seem really unlikely, but if you do go through the rest of the Snopes article, you're going to find out that it's talking about how much pharmaceuticals cost, how much it costs to get medicine for things. That's really what this is all about. So this is a real bill, even though it seems really unlikely. Now, is there any other way we could find out by just finding out about these images without doing a reverse image search? Well, let's just go to Google and let's type in like, let's go to that LeBron James y'all mad. Okay, so I can just type in some part of it and it's going to get me to the Snopes article. There's a PolitiFact also, so we can find out a little bit more about it. So you can just Google search. Okay, one more thing that I want to show you about this one, which I just think is really cool. This Dan Haggerty is a news guy, but as I scroll down here, I notice a couple of other news companies are asking him for permission to use this photo. The channel, or Newsy, and this Travel Ladder, they're asking him for permission, and he's saying, sure thing, sure, go ahead and use it. So I just think that's some good journalism there as well, to ask if you can use an image. Alright, so that's advertisement, that's photographs. What else do we find on the internet? There's a couple of examples for you to be thinking about when you're browsing the internet. Really think about who's behind that information. What are they trying to get you to do and think? Okay, be safe out there. See ya.